Hi everyone, Pyramid Intell. The energy right now is really, really intense. I'm probably preaching to the choir. I'm sure everyone has noticed this, but I think it's important to point it out so that people know that it's not them, that they aren't doing anything wrong, that it's natural and it's expected, but you should probably be aware of it and slow down, take a deep breath, and ground yourself in whatever way possible so that you can escape this shift as unscathed as possible. If you are not eating and sleeping regularly and on schedule, I would recommend that you do that. And just be aware, be a little more aware of things. We have Mercury retrograde and stuff. Watch your electronics and make sure you're not losing things. Be careful with contracts and all of that normal stuff. Anything that requires a lot of focus and stuff, you should probably try to do it. If you've been thinking about launching anything new, whether it's fitness or diet or whatever, this is a good time to do it because it would be in sync with all of the energetic changes. When you sync up with the energy and rather than fighting against it, it's like going with the current versus swimming against the current. And it's going to be a lot less painful. You're going to have a lot more fun when you work with the supporting energetics. So there's that. For people that have already been seeing things that for the first time, recently that they didn't necessarily see before, you already know that each time we go through one of these portals, you'll be seeing things in a new way. So my advice to anyone who's going through this is to just stay in the flow and accept it. Don't grasp onto it. Don't get sucked down by emotions. Just let go. It's the only way to survive. The energy is constantly flowing through. When you have portals, it's blasting through. So if anyone who tries to grip onto anything instead of going with the flow, it's like being in a wind tunnel and trying to hold yourself in place. I'm talking about a hardcore, wind tunnel. Literally, people that are in a huge energetic surge who are incapable of going with the flow, they just won't let go. Their central nervous systems can get blown out. They're being shaken and they're not going to do well physically, emotionally, and everything like that. And it can go all the way into like your body isn't going to work anymore if you continue to do that. So, and some people absolutely cannot do it. They won't do it. They don't know how to do it, and that's okay too. You see a lot of waves right now, a lot of waves of people that are not doing well physically and mentally, and they just, their bodies give up. And that's part of the deal. That's okay too. Everyone's just doing the best they can. But if you are wanting to ride the wave, just really try to go with it. Don't grasp onto any concept. Just let it go by. And when you struggle with it, just remember it's temporary. Everything is temporary. Now, when you are standing in the middle of a biggest shitstorm that is hurting you so bad, it is very difficult to believe what I'm saying. But this is the voice of experience. And more than likely, you have also stood in the position that I'm standing in, and you know it to be true. It's just that when you're in the middle of the shitstorm, you tend to forget it. You can't see it. I was just making this analogy the other day in reference to waves, the waves of energy as they come through, and how when you are in the middle of a shitstorm and it is affecting you emotionally, that would put you into a lower frequency. So the lower frequency waves, they come through like big, long, slow loops that go up and down like that. And it's traveling so slowly, it's vibrating so slowly that while you are sliding down into that trough, what happens is you cannot see your way out. When you look up ahead, you cannot see that the light is ever going to come out again. In fact, you can't even remember that the light is ever going to come out again. This is why people go into despair and they end up committing suicide and things like that. You can really get stuck in that place. If you can come up a little bit higher, you will see the ups and downs. This is kind of like where the average person is. You're going up and down, and yeah, it blows sometimes, but you know that eventually it's going to swing back up and everything's kind of okay. And for that reason, you want to aspire to vibrate in the highest frequency possible so that your fluctuations are not as long and deep and dramatic as they would be when you're in one of the lower baseline frequencies. So That's what we're talking about, the science end, and just know that how does this translate into exactly where you are right now? Well, several years ago, I made this video about what the fuck, I dropped another F-bomb, is going on with the sun and moving through plasma clouds and moving through these higher frequency bands. Well, guess where we are? Where we've been for a while now. So that means that things are going to dramatically change, and your body has to readjust. You know, even if your brain can be there, your body has to readjust. It's like doing something you haven't done before. Like if you're sight reading music or you're doing something like this, your brain can be, you know, way ahead, but your body can be struggling to catch up. It can also be that when you're talking about doing athletic things, you want to make something happen, your body's not cooperating, it needs time to catch up. That's what's happening right now. The whole molecular structure, though it is constantly evolving and upgrading and everything, if you're not providing energetic blocks, the body will follow along if it is able to, unless it has deteriorated to such a point where it's not going to be able to make the journey. But that's a whole other story. Then it's just a matter of allowing it to catch up. And so in the meantime, despite your best efforts, you may be having accidents and fumbling and things are crashing, kind of like your computer, right? During Mercury retrograde and losing things. So people are having physical accidents and forgetting things. That's why I'm recommending eat well, sleep well, ground well, get out there, walk around in nature, go swimming, take your shoes off. You know, sleep when you're tired, eat when you're hungry. Just really ground it in so that within a very relatively short period of time, if you do that, you'll be able to ground in all the new frequencies and then hit the ground running, and it's going to be great because we're popping up, okay? So hope that wasn't too long. Hope you're having a really great day. It feels really great to be back making Pyramid Intell. I love you very much. Have a great day. Bye.